it's Nurse J, Nursing the Truth. I hope everyone's having a great day. So thank you so much for the new subscribers, and keep bringing me great things to talk about, and all those good subjects that I love discussing. Egyptian spirituality, all the good things, Egypt. Keep it coming, guys. So today we're going to talk about the great physician Imhotep and his medicine, and really the Greek physician Hippocrates. What is so great about Hippocrates? Why is he put upon a pedestal? Why is he so loved by the Western world? Why don't we go back to the beginning as usual? Nurse J has to dig for you guys. Now, a lot of you already know this information, but we are going to refresh. We are in class today. We're doing a pre-school fall session. So all this talk about Hippocrates, and yes, little children, I've been getting little comments about Greece and Crete and the Minoans. Yes, I know. But in some ways, when they had great earthquakes in that part, there is a lot of people that went back and forth to the Mediterranean from Egypt, and all types of people scattered and went there and yonder. So you are arguing with me saying that the Minoans are older than the Egyptians. I hate to differ with you until you can show me more conclusive evidence that the Minoans were older than the Egyptians or the Ethiopians. Please shoot me the information. But other than that, Nurse J talks about Egyptians and Ethiopians. Okay? So we are putting Hippocrates and the physicians on the Western world that recite this Hippocratic Oath. He learned from Imhotep. Imhotep was the first physician, who was the first architect and built the 7-step pyramid. And he was the god of medicine. Could it have been Thoth reincarnated? Who knows? Imhotep, they give the birth of 2650 to 2600 BCE, and he was an Egyptian Kemetic priest who was the first recorded physician in history. And I'm not saying his story, because I've even been getting a lot of negative comments because I'm white and saying that I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm spreading my history. See, but the problem is that I'm not spreading his white story. I'm not going to make this a black and white issue. I'm just bringing facts to the table. Because, see, that's what they want us to do. They want us to be divided. They want us to not like each other. And they don't want us to come together. Because, people, we are fighting an enemy that are in the hidden shadows. And if we don't come together, then they win. So, black brothers and sisters that are on my channel, You know where I stand. I've never had a qualm. I'm not scared. I don't have a problem telling people what I think. I don't care, and I don't have a problem telling people where I get from my information. A lot of this is at your handy dandy fingertips. Get off your ass and quit watching the damn MSM, and then go do your research yourself. And then you'll find the truth. Now, there is a Edwin Smith papyrus. This is the guy that found it. This is the oldest, truest medical papyri, and it was attributed to Imhotep. Okay? It is from ancient Kemet, which describes 48 cases of injuries, fractures, wounds, dislocations, and tumors. And I'm a nurse and I'm interested in it. Okay? There's also other papyrus called the Ebers Papyrus and London Medical Papyrus. And these medical texts are based in magic, and this is the first surgical textbook in history. In history, not my white history, okay? That differentiated between medicine and magic. The Edwin Smith Papyri presents a rational and swift and scientific approach to medicine in ancient Kemet. Now, with other mysterious ailments or mysterious things that just crept up on the Egyptians, they used the magical papyri. Apparently intended as a textbook on surgery, it begins with clinical cases of head injuries and works systematically down the body, describing in detail all the diagnoses, treatment, prognosis in each case. And it reveals the knowledge of the relation to the pulse of the heart and of the workings of the stomach, bowels, and large vessels. Imhotep also founded a school of medicine in Memphis, possibly known as Asclepion, which remained famous for 2,000 years. So you mean to tell me? Are you here to tell me that this was founded, a medical school founded by the great Imhotep, and all the people came to the school? Because you see, the Library of Alexandria, all the schools had all the information of the great Imhotep. He had other attributes. He was the first architect, engineer, and the designer of the first step pyramid. He was chancellor under King Dozier and ended a 7-year famine in Egypt. Now, Hippocrates stepped on the Johnny-come-lately scene 460 BCE to 370 BCE. And he was a Greek physician, one who was considered one of the most outstanding figures in the history of medicine. culture of today states that Hippocrates is the father of medicine. But we know the truth. Now, Hippocrates would have been somewhat of a student of Imhotep. As he went to Kemet and consulted the library of Imhotep's temple to study Kemetic medicine. You see, temples were used as hospitals. They even had the Asclepian in Greek, where there were different rooms, over 200. And I think that they had excavated where god of healing Asclepius, the Asclepion, shows where people stayed and they were healed. And on the temples they came in, and it said what they were sick with or their ailments, and that they gave them their diagnosis and treatment and prognosis, and they left pretty much healed. Oh, but wait, our Western medicine sucks today in some aspects, where we go in to the hospital and we die. It's like the Roach Motel. You go in and you don't come out. The doors are locked behind you and you fend for yourself. Now, the Hippocratic Oath was named after Hippocrates. The Hippocratic Oath is perhaps the most widely known Greek medical text, and it requires a new physician to swear upon a number of healing gods that he will uphold a number of professional and ethics standards. And it also strongly binds the student to his teacher and greater community of physicians and responsibilities of similar to that of a family member. In other words, even today, although it's not required anymore, many medical doctors had to quote this oath as they officially entered their medical practice. The Hippocratic Oath begins with the phrase, "I swear by Apollo, the physician, and Imhotep Asclepius, and Hygeia and Panacea, and all the gods and goddesses as my witness that, according to my ability and judgment, I will keep this oath and this contract." Now, if a physician these days would quote that, wonder what would happen. Can the medical association raise all kinds of hell and go, we want to go back to the old homeopathic ways of Hippocrates? What would happen? If we're going to go ahead and start ripping this country and these statues and all this BS down, let's start with the medical establishment. Poisoning the pharmaceutical industry. Oh, and we know who owns that, but we can't say. Or can we? So doctors say your oaths to the gods. But see, where does that leave us nurses? To the goddesses, of course. Now here are Hippocrates' famous quotes. And if the doctors quote his oath and he says this is the game changer. It is far more important to know what person the disease has than what disease the person has. Everything in excess is opposed by nature. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. So what he's saying is eat right, drink right. Don't do anything in excess because it's going to throw off the homeostasis and the balance. History indicates that the original idea of medicine was the food, the herbal plants that originated in Africa. Hippocrates owed and knew and said he owed everything to Imhotep Asclepius. Until next time, all you medical people, nurses and doctors, say your allegiance to the medicine gods and goddesses. And get your mind straight. It's time to go back into the ancient times and days and recall the DNA from long ago. Hotep and Ashe. And I hope you've enjoyed this video today. And keep searching for the truth, guys. And you'll get it. Good day.